Hello, my name is Ronnie Laughlin. I'm a speech-language pathologist residing in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. I'm from Tampa, Florida, and I've been in Saudi Arabia for almost 14 years. I began my career and profession totally by accident. Got into the wrong line when my coach told me to go and sign up for media. I went and got in the wrong line. I got into the speech pathology line and ended up taking courses. And about midway of the semester, she asked me how the courses were going, and I said, I'm loving speech pathology. She said, what, speech pathology? I thought you went for media. I said, no, I like speech pathology. So that's how I got into it, and I did an undergraduate degree in it, then a master's degree, and then started working with children in schools, and then worked in hospitals, and have done private practice. And so now I'm a private practitioner here working with kids and adolescents and some adults doing speech therapy. One of the keys to adaptation to any kind of new situation is to first have an open mind, I feel, and also to be respectful. If you're going to a different country, to be respectful of that culture. But I think the first and foremost thing is just to be open-minded and know that your opinions will not really matter in another setting because it's a whole different country, a whole different culture. A long time, and I've been to certain parts. I've been to Taif, which was very, very pretty in the winter time, which was kind of cold. And I've been to Riyadh, and I've been to other GCC countries, but not too many cities in Saudi Arabia. But I do like Jeddah. I like the sea, and I like the vibe of Jeddah, and I like the people, and I like the diversity of the people in Jeddah. There's several nice historical sites. Balad is one. I really enjoyed going there and doing a tour there. And Taif is one that I've done with the cable car. That was a lot of fun. So there are a lot more historical sites that I'd like to see. I just haven't had time to do it. I like Jeddah. I like the city on a day-to-day basis. I like the pace of the city. I like the people of the city. I like the proximity of things in the city. But I do like the layout of the city, and I know a lot about the city. And now that women can drive, I drive around the city a lot. Sometimes I just go out on the weekends on Friday mornings early and just drive around to see, what parts of the city I can identify and just learn about the city and learn about the location and everything. The population in Jeddah is getting younger, and so that appeals to young people, and I think it's very important to appeal to that generation. And with the Formula One and Jeddah season and just everything that's happening now in Saudi Arabia is so great for young people, and even for older people, just to see those changes and to embrace those changes. Socializing in Jeddah can be very easy. As an American, you have the consulate that you can go to and socialize and meet other Americans that are here. I think socialization is what you make it. You can get out and do different things and experience different activities and different events, and you can meet a lot of different people that way. So socialization, I think, is an easy thing to do if you're outgoing. The art scene culture is very vibrant from what I understand. I used to work at Darul Hekma where they had a very good art program, and they used to have a lot of exhibitions. And the last one that I went to, I think, was down in Balad by a friend of mine, Zainab. And she had taken some of the people who lived down in the Balad area and taught them how to use a camera, and had taken some pictures, and they had all their pictures on exhibit. And it was a very nice exhibition of the Saudi culture and, just day-to-day things. So. And I've been to another exhibition where they did some artwork, and it was very, very beautiful. So we have a lot of Saudi artists who are very, very talented, and we're hoping that more galleries open up so that, you know, people can display their work. Saudi hospitality is very warm and open and giving, and I say that because back at the beginning of the pandemic, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I had to go through the Saudi healthcare system to have my healthcare services done, and the level of attention and care and warmth that I received from my doctors and my nurses and just people in general was very, very good. So the hospitality in Saudi is unmatched, I think. I don't think that you find the same level of hospitality at least in America. I know I wouldn't have gotten the same kind of health care in America that I got here. Can't really tell you the names of foods, but I know I like their fish, the way fish is prepared, and when I used to eat meat, I like the way the lamb was prepared, and anything with vegetables I love. So just the freshness overall of food is very good here, and I don't think that you can get any food of a Mediterranean or a Saudi culture any fresher than here, especially being by the sea and getting good fresh seafood. I drink 1 cup of coffee a day, and it's just a Maxwell House, and it's American coffee. And I'm not a big coffee connoisseur. I don't hang out in coffee shops, so I don't know. I know there are a lot of coffee shops that are popping up, and I know that that's a big place for young folks to go and enjoy, you know, an outing or to meet others. A typical day for me begins early morning, usually about 6 o'clock, 6 or 7 o'clock with the workout in my home. And then I sit down and I have my coffee and I do my meditation and reading and that sort of thing. And I'm usually preparing my work for the day. I don't have a lot of clients in the morning. Most of my clients are in the afternoon because they go to school. So in the afternoons, it's usually back to back from about anywhere from 12 till maybe like 6. I'm seeing clients every day. So that's basically the day. It's nothing exciting, but the variety of clients that I see, you know, children, I see adolescents, I see kids with language problems, I see kids with articulation problems, I see kids who are on the spectrum with autism, so I have a nice variety on my caseload. I don't see my job or career as hard. There isn't anything hard because I love it. I've been doing it for a very long time, and I don't see anything that's hard or difficult. I'm not bored. I like a challenge, and whenever I get a new client, it's always a challenge to see if I can move this client along to the point of he gets dismissed and he achieves all of his goals. So the most beautiful thing is when a child is able to do something that he wasn't able to do at the beginning of the sessions, and after subsequent sessions, he's able to do it. You know, it may be that he's not able to point, he's not able to name something, he's not able to identify something. And what else is pleasing for me is when a parent tells me, today my child did so-and-so, or he did so-and-so, or now he's beginning to do this. And that's very reassuring to me, and I know that I'm doing a good job and that things are getting generalized and carried over. I like to help people. That's my motivation. Helping others and seeing others succeed is very, very important to me. And I just get a lot of joy out of that through speech pathology. There's so many more speech pathologists now in Saudi Arabia than there were many, many years ago. I was actually in on training some of the first speech pathologists that came through. So many of them are still working and, you know, providing great services for children here children and adults and adolescents here in the kingdom. So that having a lot of colleagues and we're all working towards, helping people to get better and to communicate more effectively, that's a lot of success for me. My newest interest or hobby is writing. I'm a new author. Like I said, I wrote a book. When I was diagnosed with cancer, I knew that I needed to share this information with others, the information that I found in navigating the healthcare system and all about my breast cancer. So when I was writing the book, I spent many hours writing per day and also reviewing my notes. I'm a journaler, so I journaled a lot, and I had to go back to my journals to get the information, and just working on the book and sitting and thinking about how it was gonna flow and how the chapters were gonna go. I did a lot of research and spent many hours at the computer just trying to get it to the way that I needed to get it ready to get to the editor. I like to do golf. That's what I do. I love to go golfing. Golf is it. That's all I like to do. Very simple life. I love golf. For the golfing here in Saudi, it is growing, and they're really trying to grow the sport. I've been fortunate to be able to go to some of the live events, and I also have been to some of the Golf Saudi events, and they're really, really nice events. They're well done. The problem is that they're not well attended. A lot of people are still getting accustomed to the idea of golf and learning about golf, so a lot has to be done to help others understand a little bit more about what golf is and the fun that you can have and all the benefits of it. Being away from home is, it's not difficult for me. I enjoy travel, and I'm still in touch with all my family and friends on a weekly basis. If not, I talk to my sister almost every day. So it's not like I'm missing a lot of people or missing a lot of things, and it's not a big deal to be away. I don't really miss a whole bunch, my friends and family, because I'm in touch with them. Just a quick WhatsApp call, a quick FaceTime. You can see them whenever. I don't really think I miss anything about my life back home. I mean, I like being here. I like the weather. I'm a hot weather girl. I love being in hot weather. The hotter the better for me. So I love that here in Jeddah. I have a nice circle of friends that I can, go out with and do things with. I golf. I'm, writing, and it's, I really don't miss home that much. I don't miss being in the U.S., especially not with all the chaos now. My most memorable experience would probably have to be my diagnosis with cancer. That was probably the most memorable. When you're diagnosed with cancer in a life and death situation, you have a different perspective about what your purpose is and about what you're put on earth to do. So that was probably my most memorable. I will always remember being in the Middle East and diagnosed with cancer, and that's the title of my book, Facing Breast Cancer Alone in the Middle East with God and My Tribe, and I call it an atypical journey. So that's probably the most memorable. I think the biggest thing I've learned is tolerance and patience. I think in this culture, nothing moves fast. And I think you have to be very, very patient and very, very tolerant, and just know that the timelines are different. They're still there, but they're very, very slow, and they're very deliberate, and they're very different. And that's once you get your head around that, I think it's easy to live here. And many people who don't make it, they are very impatient and they aren't tolerant. So you have to have patience and tolerance, I think, to live in this culture. The best thing that happened to me was making the decision to come here. That's the best thing. Because if I hadn't, I really don't know where my life would have taken me. I don't know. I really haven't even sat down and thought about that. But that was probably the best decision, was to get out of Florida and see the world. The fresh and good food is probably what I would miss the most. And my friends that I've made here, that if I had to go back to the U.S., I may not be able to be with them. But that's probably my friends and food, probably. Typical questions I usually get are, you know, do you cover? Do you wear an abaya? You know, can you drive? And, you know, all those things, you know, don't apply now. But basically I tell people, don't believe anything that you hear about Saudi Arabia, and don't believe anything that you read about Saudi Arabia. If you have any questions, ask me. Because, you know, a lot of people do a lot of research before they come here about the country, and a lot of the things on the websites just aren't accurate or true. So I think it's important to speak with someone who lives here and who's been living here for a while, in order to get an accurate snapshot of what life is like in Saudi Arabia, especially Jeddah. My day with Saudi TV cameras was interesting. It's a long day. It's a long day, but it was good. You know, I enjoyed having the opportunity to have my friends along with me to share in the experience. You know, being in front of TV cameras and lights, I'm very comfortable because I used to do TV a long time ago, so it's not a big deal, and the makeup and that sort of thing. So it was really good. Well done, well done. The staff very friendly. And it was well choreographed with regard to, you know, what goes first, what goes next, what goes last, that sort of thing. So it was a good experience with Saudi TV. My message as an American to anyone thinking about coming to Saudi Arabia is go. Come and see what Saudi culture is like, what it has to offer, and the beautiful country that it is. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by what you see and hear, and you'll be bathed in love and warmth of the people.